Hello everyone and welcome to today's video on Council of Knowledge. We'll be discussing the flag of Ukraine, a banner of two equally sized horizontal bands of blue and yellow according to the 20th article of the Constitution of Ukraine. We'll be traveling back in time to trace the history and evolution as well as the meaning of this flag to the Ukrainian people. We'll start with the Kyivan Rus, which was a loose federation of East Slavic and Uralic people in Europe from the late 9th to the mid-13th century. I was able to find this triangular red banner during my research as the reconstruction of the flag of the Kyivan Rus, but I wasn't able to find much more information on it. The modern nations Belarus, Russia, and Ukraine claim that the Kyivan Rus are their cultural ancestors. However, the combination of blue and yellow as a symbol of Ukrainian lands comes from the flag of the Kingdom of Galicia, Volhynia, used in the late 12th century. That principality was a successor state to the Kyivan Rus on part of the territory that is now Ukraine. Previously, Vladimir the Great had established various cities in those lands to act as regional capitals. This state was based upon the local tribes, and as the royal banner of this principality was a plain blue field with a yellow lion in the middle. However, as a national flag, the blue and yellow bicolor has been officially used since 1848 when it was hoisted over the Lviv town hall building. But it wasn't until 1918 when it was officially adopted as the state flag for the first time in 1918 by the short-lived West Ukrainian People's Republic and subsequently used by the Ukrainian People's Republic after that. During the Soviet rule, the Ukrainian flag was prohibited and displaying it was criminally prosecuted for anti-Soviet propaganda. The first flag of the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic was adopted on March 10, 1919. It served as the symbol of state for the Soviet Ukraine, and it was red with gold letters of YCCP, meaning Ukrainian Socialist Soviet Republic in the Russian language. The flag went through several changes before the breakup of the Soviet Union in 1991, but all were based on the red flag of the October Revolution in Russia. The first major revision was to add the hammer and sickle and change the letters to YPCP, which meant the same as YCCP but this time in the Ukrainian language. After that, and from 1949 to the fall of the USSR in 1991, the horizontal blue bar was added to the bottom part of the flag. I should also mention that during the Soviet period there were multiple unsanctioned attempts to hoist the national flag, that is the blue and yellow flag. So in 1958, in multiple villages in Ukraine, people were raising national flags at night and spreading Ukrainian patriotic and anti-Soviet pamphlets, as can be seen in this Ukrainian flag that was confiscated by the KGB after it was installed in Kyiv in 1966. This flag has writing on it which basically says Ukraine has not perished, it has not been killed. After the declaration of independence of Ukraine from the Soviets in 1991, the national blue and yellow flag flew for the first time since 1919 over the Ukrainian parliament building. When it comes to the order of the colors and the blue and yellow or yellow and blue argument, it has been noted that although most Ukrainians identify their flag in the spoken language as yellow and light blue, the current flag is really blue in the upper band and yellow in the lower band. This issue is quite significant, but the 1918 draft of the Constitution of the Ukrainian People's Republic, the order of colors was defined as blue and yellow. The same order could be found in the legislative acts of the West Ukrainian People's Republic in 1918 and the Republic of Carpathian Ukraine in March 1939. And since light blue would lose its shade under the sun, it was decided to make the color darker. When it comes to the presidential banner, we can see that throughout the history of Ukraine, various heads of states have used different flags. The designs differ according to the historical era they were used in and in accordance with the political scene in Ukraine at the time. The first flag to be used by a head of state of Ukraine was in 1918. The current design is a blue field with the national emblem in the middle in yellow. The version of the flag of the President of Ukraine was adopted in 1991. The Ukrainian emblem in the middle is called the trezub or the trident. The Ukrainian flag can also be seen on the Ukrainian Navy and the Ukrainian Sea Guard forces, which used the Icelandic-style crosses with the country's flag on the top left of the banner. I'd also like to mention other historical flags that once flew over the Ukrainian lands, starting with the red flag with a white cross in the middle, two crescents, a star, and a sun on the corners. This was the flag of the Zaporozhian Cossacks, which was a military force inhabiting the territory that is now central Ukraine from the 15th to the 18th century. The Hetmanate Cossacks, on the other hand, used this blue banner with an armed soldier in the middle dressed in yellow. This state was a Ukrainian Cossack state in the region of central Ukraine between 1648 and 1764, and was known to the Ottomans as the country of Ukraine. The third flag is the flag of the Black Sea Cossacks, who played a great role in kicking out the Ottomans out of Ukraine during the Russo-Turkish Wars, and used this blue and yellow banner with a red cross in the middle. The autonomous Crimean Republic has its own flag. Although it's still recognized internationally as part of Ukraine, it is considered by Russia a federal subject, and it has its own flag since it was annexed in 2014 by Russia. The flag is a triband striped horizontally in blue, white, and red. The blue stripe is located on the top edge and it's 1/6 of the flag's width. The white stripe is the largest of the three and it's 2/3 of the flag's width, and the red stripe is located on the bottom edge and it's 1/6 of the flag's width as well. After the establishment of the Bolshevik Far Eastern Republic on April 6, 1920, Far Eastern area with an ethnic Ukrainian majority attempted to secede and establish an entity called Green Ukraine in a majority Ukrainian Pacific coast. But the movement quickly failed, and the proposed flag for the Green Ukrainian Republic was going to be the Ukrainian flag in blue and yellow with a green triangle on the left side. The flag is almost identical to the Austrian state of Lower Austria and the flag of the German city of Chemnitz, but those flags have darker shade of blue. The flag is also similar to the Malaysian state of Perlis, but it has a reversed arrangement of colors with the darker shades of blue and yellow, as well as the different flag ratio. So this was a brief overlook into the history and meaning of the beautiful blue and yellow Ukrainian flag, as well as the various flags used over the territory since the Middle Ages. Thank you so much for watching, and please leave a comment with any mistakes and mispronunciations of the names I used in the video. I apologize for that. Also, please mention any info I might have missed and subscribe to Council of Knowledge if you want to catch future videos, and I will see you next time.